Alright, so before we begin any core exercises, I want to just briefly talk about the different muscles or the core muscles that we have that we will tone up, strengthen, build endurance on throughout this 12-week program. So again, as I mentioned, first 12 weeks, we're just going to focus on them, making sure we create that mind and body connection. Core, what do you think about when you think of the core? You instantly think of the abs, alright? So I want you to position yourself as you're watching this. You're in front of your computer. I want you to try to sit tall. Try to elongate your spine. What do you do to elongate your spine? You try to suck your tummy in. Alright, so that muscle that you use to pull your tummy in is what we call as the transversus abdominis, or the TRA or TVA. So that actually keeps our spine nice and stable when we do any lifting, bending, turning, twisting movements. Alright? So that is the muscle. Pretend a rope is binding around my stomach. So if you see like those Olympic or weightlifting belt, that is actually the role of the TRA. So sometimes people, use that. Even those slimming belts that they use or the corsets, that is actually the use of our TRA muscle. So you have to throw that out. Don't use that. What you need to do is to strengthen that muscle. Alright? Next, I want to talk about the obliques. So we have the internal and external obliques. So it's positioned this way, connecting our ribs to our spine. Alright? So that initiates the twisting movement that we do, side to side, and bending as well. Try and do these movements and see if you can feel your oblique muscles working. So first things first is you stabilize your hip. See where your nipple are pointing towards. Try to twist that. That's it. You're gonna feel your internal obliques on that side and this side as you twist from side to side. Alright, next is our famous rectus abdominis, our six packs, our abs. What is the function of our abs? It's our flexion muscle. So that initiate that flexion of our spine forward. So that's why what people do when they want to build the six pack is they do a lot of crunches. We'll incorporate that in the 6-week program as well. Alright, and then I didn't talk about in detail the back muscles, but they are very important. So we have the QL, quadratus lumboreus, we have the multifidus, we have the erector spinae, and those are all the muscles that get tightened or get worked up a lot because of lack of core in the front strength. Alright, so we're just gonna try to help our lower back muscles lighten up the load by strengthening these. Alright, so what's happening at the moment because of COVID and because of technology, we sit a lot, we slump a lot. So if we are in this position, this gets straightened or pulled out too much, and this never gets activated or used. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to reverse the inactivity by putting more core strengthening and activation to your days. Alright, so that is just an introduction to our core anatomy. All the information are listed in the Word documents if you want to get into more scientific detailed readings. The links are there, the references are there, so let your mind explore. Alright, so after this, go ahead and we'll start activating our muscles. Alright, lay your mats down, place something soft underneath you. When you lie down, when you do these following exercises, we're going to start with activating the TRA, our rectus abdominis, our internal and external obliques. Alright, so I want you to begin by lying down on your mat, feet flat, knees bent, comfortably, so feet hip width apart. So I want you to breathe in, expand your rib cage, and as you exhale, try to pull your belly button in. And as you do that, try to imprint your lower back into the mat. So let's take a couple more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Alright. As you pull your belly button into your spine, you're going to create a hollow shape on your belly. It's opposed to pushing your muscle out of your belly, out of your skin, you're going to pull it in. Alright, so that allows you to lengthen your spine as you're lying down flat on the mat. Alright, so you can place your finger inside your hip muscles here on the side. That's it, and try to cuff. You see that muscle contracting? It's like pushing against your stomach wall. That's your transversus abdominis, your TRA muscle. Also, pretend you're going to get punched in the gut. So what do? You brace your core. And again, that is the action of the transversus abdominis. Now that you found it, try to create that tension. Try to create that stiffness. Alright? Contract that muscle. So you should be able to keep the muscle active and contracted even as you're breathing in and out. Even as I'm talking, I can feel it working. Alright? After this, we're going to strengthen it, activate it a little bit more by lifting one knee up. That's it. So just lift that knee just over the hip, not over your stomach or your chest, just over the hip and then down. Good. And as you're doing this, what's going to happen is your hip would want to shift. So try to fight it by pulling, squeezing your bottom, pushing that hip nice and stable against the ground. Alright? So we're going to alternate right, stabilize left. What you also want to do is you want to push that foot that's on the ground ever so lightly on the mat as you lift the other knee. This may look easy, but I'm going to tell you something. As soon as that lower back comes off the ground and then you lift, you're not using your TRA anymore. So what do? You press that lower back into the ground. Alright? So just keep on moving, keep on working. Fight against that lower back from getting into the party. So turn that off and turn this on. Good. Alright, we're going to progress by lifting one after the other, bringing down one after the other. Alright, so now it's going to get harder. And it's best to do this as slow as you can. So you want to get control of your movements. Don't let the movements control you. Alright, so just keep on moving. If this is getting too much, regress and go ahead and just continue lifting one leg after the other. Alright? And then you can eventually progress to heel taps. Good. So your starting position now is that tabletop position where both knees are over the hip. So don't be afraid if you need to pause this video, regain, your breath. If you need to take a break, go ahead and do that and just rewind. We're just going through all the progressions of the core or TRA activation exercises and strengthening that we're going to go through this next 12 weeks. Alright, from here, we're going to extend the leg out, lengthen it, and pull it back in. So again, still using my core muscles, pulling your belly button into your spine, keeping that lower back flat. I can actually feel my chest muscle tensing at the moment, so try to turn that off, relax your upper body. Alright, keep on going. Extend, pull it back in. Back in. Alright, right leg down, left leg down, and relax. Alright, now you can do a little bit of pelvic tilts, arching your lower back and flattening it out. Good. Alright, next, going back into that tabletop position, we're going to perform a dead bug. So opposite leg and arm extends forward and back in. Alright, forward and back in. So again, we're just trying all these movements, all these exercises that activate our TRA. That's it. Keep on going. You're gonna feel your quad muscles working at the same time because you're extending and bending that knee. Alright, so that's part of it. Crossing through your hip flexors. Good. And down. So again, as soon as that lower back arches, bring your legs down, reset, and then follow again. Alright? You have the luxury of rewinding this video if ever you miss a repetition. Alright, now that we've activated our TRA, we're now going to activate our rectus abdominis, a flexion movement. So we're going to start with a small crunch. That's it. So again, keeping our TA active, so pulling your belly button into your spine. You want to draw your rib cage in and lift your chest up and down. Again, protect your neck. You can put one hand behind it. Good, we're gonna lift our torso up. So again, hands are not here at the temple. This is just for show. Hands actually should be behind your head to protect your neck. Alright, that is the purpose of why people put their hands behind their head. Alright, if you see people doing this, that's doing nothing. Alright, so protect your neck by assisting your head as you crunch, as you lift your chest up and down. So if you notice, I held the position for 1-2 seconds before bringing my back down to the ground. Let's do 10, 3, 4, 5, that's it, 6, 7, good, 8, 9, and 10. Alright, so that is your basic rectus abdominis activation. So just a mini crunch. A progression for the rectus abdominis would be knees up, tabletop position, and do your crunches this way. Alright, hold, 1, 2, hold, 1, 2, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10, good job, and rest. Woo. Eventually we'll progress to a bigger range. So again, I hope that you felt that muscle activating and working during that exercise. Alright, now we're gonna activate our oblique muscles. So same thing, what we'll do this time, we'll just lift and twist to the side. That's it, we'll do 5 on this side, 2, 3, good, 4, and 5. So again, that is trying to get your shoulder across towards the opposite knee. Alright, let's try it on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's it. Alright, next we're gonna move our lower half. So get into the tabletop position. You can put your hands to the side for this. We're gonna lift one hip off the mat, back to neutral, and then to the other side. So as you're doing this, try to make sure that you're keeping your shoulders flat That's it. 2. Again, we're going to go 5 on each side. 3. 3. 4. 4. 5. 5. And rest. That's it. Good. Another exercise to activate our oblique muscles is our modified side plank. So let's get stronger at this first week, and then we'll progress next week. So bend through your hip, anchor your elbow and your knee, hands on the top of your hip, lift and push forward. Let's hold it for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down, and lift. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. That's it. Lift. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. Up. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. Last one. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if you can see, my spine is in a nice neutral position. Sternum, pubis, and knees all in one line. And push it back. Alright, now let's move it to the opposite side. So same thing, bend through your hip, ankles and knees on top of each other. And then I want you to dig your elbow through the ground and lift through your armpits. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. And last one. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Our basic core movements that we're gonna focus on for this first week. So go ahead and try your best to do this exercise at least 2 more times this week. It's best if you do them every day, because for sure week 2 is gonna be harder. Talk to you later. Bye.